Well, hello, everyone. Hope you're well. Number one, I just want to say, I want to look at something really quick. Like, it's interesting how some people, like really good people, actually, really positive people, but let's see something. Wow, Lord bless my enemies. After I sent him a photo, after I sent that man that photo that you guys created, he said, Lord bless my enemies. He sent a prayer and all. Here, hold on. Goes, enemies made me a stranger in worldly realms and strenuous inhabitant of the world. Just as haunted animal finds safer shelter than an unhaunted animal does. I'm not even gonna read this stuff. This stuff it's deep. It's deep. But the reality of it is, y'all done fucked yourselves. Because, when you do that to a priest and you fucking put horns on their head and you don't even know the man, I mean, you're a sick person. You're sick. You're sick in the head. I don't know. I just know that you're sick in the head and you need fucking help. But nobody will get that help. I'm myself in the process of that. I'll always be in the process. Getting help never ends. Let's see who's streaming. Give us your predictions, Fury. Wait a minute, what? Oh, that's right, alcohol consumption. Alcohol consumption.
What could happen? Roland's got all the answers, bro.
That's the best way you're gonna learn is if your body to feel physical pain.
Listen on Roland,
as
that's
the
the
truth
best
is being
way.
told to you. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. Stop. No. The best way to learn is with as little pain as possible.
What's wrong with America today, man?
Yeah, the people belt without covering the mic. That's what it is. That's the worst thing about America. The people have zero fucking back. They think that we want to hear you fucking belt in the mic.
Everyone is soft, like charming Tootsie Rolls.
What? You think it's tough because you got to ask for by your parents? Like.
Dímelo, mi gente! ¿Qué lo que? You already know this is Punch, drunk, boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Shot himself, a.k.a. el adobo, el sazón, el borracho, el pastor de boxeo. Mi gente, que lo que, my friends, everybody. Hey, yo. Fight week. And look, after this live, we're going to pay attention full throttle at the 5-on-5. Deontay Wilder versus the Big Bang. Raymond Ford. Shout out to my brother, Coach Anthony out there. Hopefully they get the victory. And hopefully that, you know what I'm saying, Raymond Ford doesn't come dehydration, because that wasn't a good cut weight, the last fight. And he said he never want to fight in 126 pounds again. But of course, there was a lot of money offered. And hopefully he comes, prepared and healthy and things of that nature, and hopefully get the victory. Y'all already know tri-state area, New Jersey, New York City, going for Raymond Ford. Shout out to Ammo Williams. Shout out to Kevin Cunningham, two of the most prestigious trainers I respect the most to the fullest. That is out.
I don't know about that.
Yo, it's your boy Clutch Media TV, and we are back. Yo, it's time to step in that ring. Yeah, you see what we talking about? And we diving deep into Victor Conti. He talked too much. Now. Hey, listen, I'm gonna show you what's about to happen to Victor Conti. All right, the same thing that happened before. Y'all know Victor Conti snitched, went to jail. He was, from that whole Balco stuff, he was sentenced to 4 months in prison, and he got 4 months of house arrest. How did he get 4 months of house arrest? He snitched. Victor Conti snitched. That's how he got 4 months of house arrest and only served 4 months. So I know Marion Jones, I think, served 6. Yep, she served 6. But welcome in. We diving deep. All right. Well, I'm gonna show you the dark side of all of this stuff of Victor Conti, the snitch himself. He cannot keep his mouth shut. He's the bass player that wants to be a lead singer so bad that he feels like he got to comment on everything. But hey, we're going to expose him real quick. From A to Z. We're going to expose him real quick from A to Z. Real quick from A to Z. Like, hey, we are not playing tonight. Go, hey, everybody share this. Share it, like, let's go, get it up. Yep. Share, like, get it up. I'm diving deep. I got the banana clip loaded. You know, and this is going to have a little bit to do with about Devin, but I mean, it's just this whole situation. Hey, I'm exposing everything. And look, you know, a lot of people say conspiracy theories. That's what a lot of people like to say. Well, guess what? There ain't nothing conspiracy theory about anything I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you everything that has happened in the past with Victor Conti, and I'm gonna show you stuff that he said in the present. And I'm gonna let y'all decide. I'm gonna let you decide. Is this the same thing? Like, how is he allowed to do the same thing he did before? So, like, I'm gonna let y'all decide. Y'all gonna decide. So, like, when it comes down to it, Victor Conti, like, he's a fraud. He's a fraud. He's a bass player. I know he got y'all out here thinking he got everybody out here thinking he's the expert. Victor Conti is the expert. Everybody wants the expert. He ain't no expert. You know he's an expert in? Victor Conti is the expert of cheating. Hey, look, man, if y'all need to share this so y'all favorite boxers. I mean, one of my favorite boxers work with Victor Conti. I hope he stop. Cause dude, it's only a amount of time. It's only a amount of time for all of this catch up. Hey, also, y'all need to make sure y'all go watch my new video. Yeah, I tell everybody, like, Ryan Garcia's sentence, like, how much time he's gonna be suspended. I tell them in my new video. Y'all need to go watch that. Nobody knows. Nobody's talking about it. Like, right here, Clutch Media TV. I'm telling you. Another Ryan Bozo. Nobody in. Hey, you in my chat. You can come up here too. You want to? I'll put the link in the chat. I'll put the link in the chat. Ain't nobody gotta be on here. They gonna all see it. They all gonna see it. Sooner or later, they all gonna see it. I promise you. So listen. All right. So for the Ryan, listen, we talking about Victor Conti. Victor Conti, that's who we talking about. Freaking bozo. Ain't nobody say, yeah, I said Ryan exposed him, but guess what? This whole situation exposes Victor Conti. All right. And he keeps talking about all of this stuff. He keeps talking about it. You know what? Like, enough said. Here you go. Let's go ahead and start it. This was the start. No, thank you. Bye. And I'll make sure you can't come back. Yeah. Bye. Bye. But hey, guess what? All right, here you go. Hey, Brent, I got you. All right, here we go. Off on the show. We know how Ryan Garcia tested positive in the first place. We know why.
after watching his video, you will know too. There is something strange about this picture of Devin Haney. But what is it? What could it be? This man knows what's strange about this picture of Devin Haney, and so do we. And after watching his video, you will know too. Soon you will also know the significance of this picture of Ryan Garcia. There's something very bizarre going on here, and we now have a public split between two sides in a peculiar case in boxing, the Devin Haney side and the Ryan Garcia side. And now you get to hear things from the perspective of an insider. Pay close attention to what you are about to see and what you are about to hear, because it will likely change your perspectives on one of the most important conflicts in current boxing history. To begin, I only want you to think about one word, because that word is the most important word of this entire segment. Wait. Devin Haney just took his first official loss at the hands of Ryan Garcia on April 20th, 2024. There was wild controversy leading up to this fight, including serious threats.
And I'm sending my son to go kill him. It's going to be a homicide on April the 20th.
Insults.
Tomorrow, the world will see that I'm levels above this average fighter.
And weight problems. Ryan Garcia did not make the official weigh-in limit of 140 pounds. Devin Haney weighed in at 140 pounds, and Ryan Garcia weighed in at 143 pounds. Ryan Garcia paid 7 figures to Team Haney for the 3-pound discrepancy. The Haneys took the financial settlement and agreed to continue with the fight with no problem. Although Ryan missed weight, most observers thought that the 3 pounds would make no difference, because most observers thought that Ryan Garcia was simply outmatched in this contest against Devin Haney. The Haneys clearly stated the 3 pounds would not matter.
At any point, did you consider not taking the fight, considering he missed weight by over 3?
Of course not. It don't matter what weight he came in. I'm a true champion, and I will show it.
Here is where things get very bizarre. After the embarrassing beating Devin Haney took from Ryan Garcia, the narrative suddenly changed. Devin Haney mentioned the word weight multiple times post-fight, alluding to the idea that weight was the reason he lost.
He didn't make weight, so I'm still the champion.
Many fans and sports analysts began to even say that Ryan Garcia cheated, or Ryan Garcia had an unfair advantage, including retired professional boxer Timothy Bradley.
Ryan went in the ring with an advantage, people. It's all about this. You step into the ring, you have an advantage over somebody that actually made the weight, and it was a tough weigh-in for Devin Haney. That is victory right here. I'll give you credit for it, but with an asterisk next to it. I'm telling you right now, guys, my man cheated. He set this up.
Here's where all of the problems begin. Were the circumstances of this fight really unfair, or is this case deeper than what lies on the surface? To find the answer, we must look at none other than Devin Haney himself. You're about to see something here in greater detail than you've ever seen. Let's take a look at Devin Haney's history of fairness and weight through his last 4 opponents. This is the weigh-in between Devin Haney and his last opponent before Ryan Garcia. Read his progress. Did you hear that? What did he say? No, you missed it. Play it again. He said, "You're too small." This is the weigh-in between Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko. Can you read lips? He said it again. "You're too small. You're too small."
Devin Haney saying you're too small. You're too small if you're reading lips. I don't think
This is the weigh-in between Devin Haney and George Kambosos. Are you reading? He said it again. "You're too small. You're too small." So we see a pattern here, and trust me, this pattern is far more important and bizarre than you may think for 2 reasons. Reason 1, because unquestionably, these are the biggest fights of Devin Haney's career. The fights that launched him into conversations of being the best powerful pound fighter in the world. The conversation of being the best fighter in the world, according to his father, Bill Haney.
That was truly the best fighter on the planet. My nickname was Devin Superman.
This is extremely bizarre because on his fight path to prove himself as a top-level fighter, Devin Haney is telling his opponents with pure confidence that you are too small, indicating that he has a significant size advantage. Reason 2 why this pattern is so important and bizarre is because of what you're about to see next. Devin Haney fought Regis Prograis in California at the 140-pound weight limit, but on the night of the fight, Haney gained a 9-pound weight advantage over Regis Prograis because after the weigh-in, Haney went from 140 pounds all the way up to 165 pounds overnight. This is a 25-pound increase in less than 24 hours. This was unquestionably illegal under the terms of the Regis Prograis contract, but also it was clearly illegal under the terms of the California State Athletic Commission. Don't believe that? Take a look at this. According to this article released by ESPN.com in 2019, CSAC, the California State Athletic Commission, one of the largest combat sports regulatory bodies in the world, voted Tuesday to pass a rule that would cancel a fight if a competitor weighed more than 15% above the contracted weight on the day of the event. The new rule was passed by a vote of 5-0 during a meeting at the Millennium Biltmore Hotel. What that means is that the official weight was 140 pounds. The fighters can only gain up to 15% of 140 pounds after the weigh-in. So what is 15% of 140 pounds? That's 21 pounds. Each fighter could have legally rehydrated up to 161 pounds. Even though that was far more than enough room for legal rehydration, Haney swelled all the way up from 140 pounds to 165 pounds, which was illegal by 4 pounds. He crossed the legal line by 4 pounds, while Prograis was well within the legal rehydration terms because he only rehydrated to 156 pounds. To be clear, Haney illegally swells up an entire 25 pounds, and Prograis legally only increased by 16 pounds. Would you like to know the weirdest thing about this entire scenario? Although there were whispers in the alternative boxing media community about Haney being a weight bully, many media outlets praised Haney and lifted his image while certifying his reputation as one of the top fighters in his division, even though they knew of his incident of coming in illegally overweight versus Prograis.
This is the best Devin Haney. I'm sold, people. And what I saw last night was unbelievable.
He put on a hell of a ring against a very rugged, strong, determined.
That was a sensational performance there from Devin Haney. What did you make?
Just an absolute masterclass.
We're going to be dealing with Devin Haney for a long time, and he's going to be a nightmare for everybody around him. In terms of what's next, I don't think anybody with a boxing brain gives two hoots about watching a fight Ryan Garcia. They don't belong in the same ring together right now.
In our view, this is a terrible look for Team Haney and the supporters that ignored the fact that he was illegally overweight versus Prograis and his crucial history of weight bullying tactics. Listen to what Prograis himself has to say about this.
I mean, it was reported. California State Athletic that Devin was 165 pounds. And he's always been the bigger guy in the ring. And Ryan pulled the curveball and decided that he was going to be the bigger guy in this fight. What do you make of that entire sequence of how that ended up developing?
I mean, it's a go around, come on type of thing, bro. Like, they did it to me, and it happened to them. That's all. You know, you can't complain about it. If you took the fight, that's why I never really said nothing about it. You know, I saw how big he was, and in the ring, I feel like it's a karma thing, right? Because when my fight with Devin, he came in big as shit. In my contract, it was illegal. You can't do that in the contract. Like, that much weight, you cannot put that much weight on in my contract. How big he was, you cannot. It was literally, you're not supposed to do it. And then when we fought that, you're not supposed to come in that big. So that was illegal too. And now Ryan did the same thing that he did to me. Ryan did the same thing to him. So for me, I just think, bro, it's just all karma. That's all. But I never complained about it. For me, I think whatever. You know, it is what it is. For me, I take my lick on. I lost the fight. That's what it is. But I know it was illegal.
The information only gets worse from here. Come with me. Remember this? Progress, you're too small. Lomachenko, you're too small. Kambosos, you're too small. Joseph Diaz, wait, is he too small too? Let's see. Devin Haney fought Joseph Diaz at 135 pounds. Diaz is 5'6" and Haney is 5'8". Diaz has a 64-inch reach and Haney has a 71-inch reach. This gives Haney major advantages, a 2-inch height advantage and a 7-inch reach advantage. And you can clearly see the major size advantage that Haney has when the two fighters are in the ring here. Kambosos, you're too small. Devin Haney fought Kambosos at 135 pounds. Kambosos is 5'9" and Haney is 5'8". Kambosos has a 68-inch reach and Haney has a 71-inch reach. This gives Haney a 3-inch reach advantage. Oh, and remember the illegal 25-pound weight increase that Haney took when he fought Regis Prograis? Did you think that was the only time that happened? You would be wrong. That was happening in fights well before the Prograis fight. Here's Mauricio Suleiman, president of the WBC, talking to Bill Haney about his son, Devin Haney, gaining 24 pounds after the weigh-ins. And he's talking about Haney fights that took place well before the Prograis fight.
Several times that you were thinking of moving up to super lightweight.
Exactly.
And your son, out of the fight, after the weigh-in, the next day he was 24 pounds over the weight division. So we had reference that he could be.
What was he 24 pounds over?
After the weigh-in, the next day when he fought, he was 24 pounds heavier than the day. So
here we have a 3-inch reach advantage for Haney, and he outweighed Kambosos significantly on the night of the fight. Lomachenko, you're too small. Devin Haney fought Lomachenko at 135 pounds. Loma is 5'7" and Haney is 5'8". Loma has a 65-inch reach and Haney has a 71-inch reach. This gives Haney major size advantages, a 1-inch height advantage and a 6-inch reach advantage.
Devin's too big. Like, I think the size. Don't get me wrong, Lomachenko could fight. Devin is way out of his weight class. Like, he's gonna make 35 and then shoot up to 150, 160. Sounds like 10. Lomachenko is gonna be 137, 138.
You can clearly see the major size advantage that Haney has when the two fighters are in the ring here. Prograis, you're too small. Devin Haney fought Regis Prograis at 140 pounds. Prograis is 5'8" and Haney is 5'8". Prograis has a 67-inch reach and Haney has a 71-inch reach. Prograis weighed 156 pounds the night of the fight, and Haney weighed 165 pounds because of the illegal 25-pound weight increase. This gives Haney major size advantages. He has a 4-inch reach advantage and an illegal 9-pound weight advantage. And you can clearly see the major size advantage that Haney has when the two fighters are in the ring here. Now, isn't this ironic? Devin Haney supporters accuse Ryan Garcia of cheating and having an unfair weight advantage because he missed weight by 3 pounds against Devin Haney. And Devin Haney actually did cheat in his last fight before Ryan Garcia versus Prograis because he swelled up 25 pounds and was illegally overweight by 4 full pounds while having a weight advantage over his opponent of 9 pounds. Yet Devin Haney says he always wants everything to be fair.
I want to be on an even playing field. It's only fair that, when we step in that ring, we're equal.
Things get even worse from here. But let's summarize this. Prograis, too small. Lomachenko, too small. Kambosos, too small. Diaz, way too small. Linares, because of Haney's excessive weight gain after weigh-ins, too small and too old. Gamboa, way too small. Devin Haney, who is being sold to boxing fans as the best fighter on the planet and a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter, and the next Floyd Mayweather, has had a career fight trajectory path of his last 6 opponents to build his credibility as a top-level fighter. And he has had major size weight advantages over every single opponent. He also actually lost in the eyes of many observers to one of the smallest opponent of them all, which was Vasily Lomachenko. So the best fighter in the world has proved himself beating the most important opponents of his career by having multiple advantages over them while illegally breaking the rules of weight and rehydration in some of those fights in the process. But then, when Devin Haney finally fights a fighter his age, and most importantly, a fighter his size in Ryan Garcia, this happens.
I be smoking on that Haney pack. Yeah, I'm smoking on that Haney pack. Garcia, yeah, I'm smoking on that Haney pack. He talking trash, so I had to put him on his back. Haney tryna be Mayweather. Boy, I hit you with this hook. You ain't Mayweather. He tell me, what is that? That's a broke jaw. Haney broke jaw. Face jigsaw. Yeah, I'm going off. Knock the Haney pack. Yeah, that Haney pack. That Haney pack. Smoking on that Haney pack. Put him on his back.
This is not good, because you cannot say this about any other top fighter at 135 to 140 pounds. You cannot say that any of them has had this type of consecutive streak of major size advantages. If you look at their last 7 fights, which were the most important fights of their careers also, you can't say this about Ryan Garcia. You can't say this about Gervonta Davis. You can't even say this about Shakur Stevenson. You can't say this about Teofimo Lopez. And as a bonus, you can't say this about Vasily Lomachenko. And you certainly cannot say this about Floyd Mayweather. When he was rising from 135 to 147, Mayweather was almost always fighting fighters his size or larger.
So, George, what do you think? One fighter gained a half dozen pounds since weighing in, and the other one gained 16 pounds. Advantage to the Montevideo Corrales. Whatsoever, trying to come back into the decision. Johnson couldn't even tell all of it. And the second knockdown of the round for Mayweather. Pretty boy, Floyd Mayweather.
This gets even worse from here. Things get even more bizarre because of one word: accusations. After Ryan Garcia demolished Devin Haney, there was a shockwave that exploded through the sport of boxing because of this surprising upset. Then, out of nowhere, shocking revelations were revealed. Reports came out that Ryan Garcia had tested positive for 2 performance enhancement drugs, including the substance ostarine and also 19-androsterone. Accusations swirled like wildfire, choosing Ryan Garcia as a steroid abuser and a cheater. And a day after the news broke, guess who quickly popped up on ESPN to double down on the accusations? That's right, Devin Haney. What I'm about to say is very important. Devin Haney went on ESPN to launch a full assault on Ryan Garcia's character before Ryan Garcia even had a fair trial regarding the initial test results. He completely ignored the fact that there is a process after positive test results are released, because the B sample has to be tested, evidence needs to be gathered, circumstances need to be studied and evaluated. The investigation has to play out because errors could have been made by the testing agency. Ryan Garcia's supplements could have been contaminated, along with many other alternative possibilities. But instead of being fair and allowing Ryan Garcia the time for fair investigation, Devin Haney goes on a full character assault. The irony. In this interview, Haney talks about wanting to be on an even playing field, wanting to be equal and fair with his opponents. He goes on to talk about Ryan Garcia's character and cheating. He also went on to say Garcia would do anything to win, including cheat. Remember these words. All of this is about to get even deeper because of two words: the split. The earth-shattering news that Ryan Garcia tested positive for banned substances created a split that divided the boxing world and fans into two sides, the Garcia side and the Haney side. After this section, you will get to decide which side you're on. Those that sided with Devin Haney immediately voiced their opinions that Ryan Garcia likely cheated, and those that sided with Garcia seemed to be suspicious of foul play or just expressed enough confidence in Ryan Garcia's character that he wouldn't cheat. Those that sided with Ryan Garcia includes one of the most popular active boxing stars, the undefeated Gervonta Tank Davis. Coach Ellis, one of Gervonta Davis's coaches, Mexican boxing superstar Canelo Alvarez, Hall of Fame boxer Shane Mosley, former coach of Rolly Romero, Coach Bullet, and Ellie Sekpak, veteran boxing reporter from ES News. Those that sided with Haney includes the likes of former boxer Timothy Bradley, former HBO commentator Jim Lampley, former boxer Zab Judah was a close friend of Bill Haney and godfather of Devin Haney, George Kambosos, who was an active boxer and former opponent of Devin Haney, Peter Garcia, current boxing trainer, and one more very important individual to this entire bizarre case. Now let's take a listen to what Haney's reporters had to say about this case.
The first sample he popped for, Osirine or whatever, performance enhancement drug or whatever. Look, man, Bada is a trusted company. Let's put it that way, a trusted company. I believe in Bada. Whatever was in the A sample should be in the B sample. Okay, it should be in it. All right.
I think it's very unfortunate that he tested positive for a banned substance. He says, "Oh, lies." My basic belief, strong belief, position is Bada doesn't lie. Those are scientists. And come on,
That's how you want to start it.
Cheat.
Devin Haney is still pound for pound, number one. If this is the truth and he has tested positive, especially for this thing, as well as putting in the 3 pounds heavier that he came in, using every bit of advantage plus a cheating advantage, it's a bad move. It's a bad look. It's a dog act. When you start to play games where you come in heavy, all right, obviously Devin's usually got the advantage being the bigger guy, but Ryan try to twist it on them and do the same.
He tested positive. That's period. End of story. He tested positive.
And who is this mystery figure that sided with Devin Haney? This is Victor Conte. Victor Conte is the man behind the biggest scandal in the nutrition supplements business. The scandal landed Conte in court along with multiple superstar athletes for cheating on a mass scale. He was convicted for selling undetectable performance enhancement drugs to world athletes in 2005. In 1984, San Francisco, California, Conte founded Balco, the Bay Area Laboratory Cooperative. The company collected information on world-class athletes and developed nutrition programs for them. But Conte has always been walking a thin line between innocent nutritional supplements and illegal performance-enhancing drugs. He's been noted for saying, "Powerful athletes are going to want some of my supplements, and I can get them into their bodies faster than the FDA can say they are safe and faster than the anti-doping agency can say whether or not they are legal or illegal." He has admitted to sitting with athletes and watching them inject his undetectable substances. Conte has also admitted to hiring employees from the testing facilities. These employees would work with Conte behind the scenes, feed him information so that his athletes would remain undetectable. Let's see what Victor had to say about cheating even after he was convicted.
It's not cheating if everybody's doing it. And if you've got the knowledge that that's what everybody's doing, and those are the real rules of the game, then you're not cheating.
And now, Years and years after the scandal, Conte has developed a new company called SNAC. SNAC uses clinical science to develop new ways to optimize human performance in athletes. The company seems to be similar to Conte's old company, Balco, in the way it provides cutting-edge supplements to athletes. Now Victor Conte and SNAC has a whole new stable of boxers that it supports. One of the main boxers that Conte and SNAC supports these days is none other than Devin Haney. Devin Haney, the same fighter that has been confirmed to illegally gain a major weight advantage by swelling up 25 pounds after weigh-ins. Devin Haney, the fighter that's had a suspicious history of excessive weight gain in his past 7 fights since he joined the SNAC program around 2020. Let's see what Victor Conte has to say about Ryan Garcia and the PEB test results.
He has somehow suggested that you are, in a way, behind his failing of these drug tests. I would love to get your response.
More than a decade ago, when Rada first started, I was one of the first trainers that was referring my fighters world champions. The first one was Nonito Donaire. I have been sending my fighters, obviously because of my background, okay, and things that happened back in 2003, so I refer my fighters to VADA. Did I introduce Margaret Goodman and Flip Lemansky that run VADA to people like Dick Pound, who was the founding chairman of WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, and others that helped them be able to do the testing at WADA accredited labs? Yes, I made some introductions.
So you are not behind Ryan Garcia's positive.
I am not behind Ryan Garcia's positive drug tests. Let's, for just a moment, talk about Devin Haney, my guy. Devin Haney, my guy. Devin Haney, my guy. And how horrible this is for him. And until we get a reasonable explanation from Ryan, the burden of proof is on him to prove there was no intent to cheat. Because otherwise, I don't care if somebody snuck into your room and spiked your toothpaste. I don't care if somebody snuck into your room and spiked your toothpaste. You're going to be responsible. The burden is on him.
As you can see, Conte is very serious about his support of Devin Haney. And I can tell you, this connection could be more deeply woven than you think. Take a listen to what Garcia's reporters had to say about this case.
Let it be clear that Victor Conte is the steroid master that's over all of this stuff. Boxing, he's over the boxing stuff. So it's kind of odd to me that Ryan's getting popped at the last minute when they did all these different tests leading up to the fight. And then when he wins against Devin Haney, now all of a sudden he's doing steroids. So that's my take on it, is that, I mean, I couldn't trust what Victor Conte said because he's actually the guy that administers steroids to everybody. But he's actually the guy that, does steroids and testing. It's kind of weird to me that there's like a conflict of interest. It's weird. And knowing that Devin Haney is his guy, that he sponsors or whatever. So now he wants Devin Haney to look good and be the victor because he was supposed to win, being on snack or whatever it is, whatever type of clear cream steroid he is given to Devin Haney. I don't know.
And I know that you have to work with a state victim. So I feel though it's just people going at him. I don't think that's him. I don't really think that he did. So why ain't come out that Tuesday or that week? That they waited to Canelo fight to push that he had something in drug. Then once they pushed that, Devin and them was on ESPN that night promoting that he was. It's all and I'm telling you.
Some of the news that happened with Ryan. Do you believe some of the stuff that's happened? Or
not at all. I just gotta let the truth rise to the top. What would you say to Ryan Garcia for the things he's going through right now?
You need to calm down and please let him speak, because I know Ryan and I don't think he do it bad things.
Devin Haney was on ESPN last night, his first public appearance since this fight with Ryan Garcia. A lot of controversies going on. It came out this week that Ryan Garcia tested positive for 2 substances that athletes are not supposed to take. I'm telling you guys, I don't think Ryan took anything on purpose. I don't think he's a cheater. That's me knowing him personally. We'll have to wait till the dust settles. Even Canelo Alvarez said yesterday, don't jump to conclusions. Wait to see how things unfold.
I know that Victor Conti has been brought into this
for years.
And so that
Victor is a genius when it comes to this shit. He's had track star, he has football players back in the day. He has his own business snack program. And the same thing Fowler that he has, he knows these substances. Now, if they're going to use that as a weapon against Ryan, Ryan got to be careful because he knows the facts. He got the blood. He got everything.
So you think it's possible that he could have been set up in this?
If you're dealing with the same individual, yes, definitely. 2 of the same situation from one main common denominator, yes. It could have been set up.
Very interesting considering the excessive weight gain of Devin Haney. And here comes the most bizarre piece of evidence of this entire case. Ryan Garcia passed all of his vigorous drug tests leading up to the fight, but then suddenly tested positive for the tests that were taken the day before the fight, which was April the 19th, and the day of the fight, which was April the 20th. However, the test results were not sent out by VADA until May the 1st, which was 11 full days after the fight. As you can see here, Dan Raphael posted the VADA letter he received, and it is dated for May the 1st. Oh, and remember this name, Kim Sombler. ESPN released the report on their website on May the 1st also, through an article posted by Mike Coppinger. No news outlet was aware of this story until May the 1st, 11 days after the fight. So no one knew. Well, no one knew except Devin Haney's brother, Sean Haney. Sean Haney posted a very bizarre video on his social media page on April the 23rd, only 3 days after the fight, stating that Ryan Garcia was going to test positive for a drug test.
Ryan did everything wrong and won, but like I said, no excuses. All glory be to Allah. But something crazy though is I was on the prayer mat today, and Allah was just telling me he's going to test positive for a drug test. Keeps going in my brain, and I'm like, no excuses. I mean, everything happens for a reason. He keeps saying he's going to test positive for a drug test. He's going to test positive for a drug test. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, all glory be to Allah.
So Devin Haney's brother says repeatedly, Ryan Garcia is going to test positive for a drug test. He's going to test positive for a drug test. No one else finds out until 11 days after the fight, but you somehow find out 3 days after the fight through some type of telepathic intervention. Listen, we are not against the Muslim faith. We respect all of the faiths around the world, but we want to be clear and say, we do not believe him. We don't believe him at all. Yes, he knew Ryan Garcia was going to test positive, but we do not believe it was Allah that told him. Big mistake here. Before we finish, let's acknowledge a few crucial developments. 1. Ryan Garcia has been cleared for one of the banned substances, which was 19-norendrosterone.